and this is commemorating that, isn't it?
This is commemorating that. Now, you have to understand, so, like I like to say, John Lennon, don't really have to talk about that.
Pretty much everybody knows who he is.
Everybody, yeah. And if you don't, I can't help you. So there's 100,000 John Lennon commemoratives and tributes out there that have been going on for years and years and years. But there's one coin. This is a legal tender coin.
There's never been a coin.
No. A coin's a big deal. I mean, that's a government thing.
Right.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, this is made by the Royal Mint. Okay. So this is his official Royal Mint coin that you have right here, and it is legal tender, 5 pounds. Whoops. As you can see right there, there's King Charles on the obverse, technically. 5 pounds legal tender, and then it comes in this right here of everything about. Like I said, I mean, most everybody. Like I said, I shouldn't have to explain John Lennon to you. I mean, So when you put all that together, and then probably one of the most iconic photos of John Lennon is this right here. And if you'll notice, that's the obverse of the coin.
Cool that is. Oh, wait, there we hold it right there.
Yeah, so that's the obverse of the coin.
That's really neat.
So we originally had 1,000 coins in.
Okay.
And sold those in one show, all 1,000. I was able to, for last Saturday's show, I had a 4 p.m. Saturday show. We got in 500, completely sold those. So we're like scouring Europe right now to try to get these. I've got some for today.
Okay.
I know, so good for us. And look at the price. Here's the crazy part. So I mean.
Oh wow, that is.
Yeah, I mean, so you're it's like a $5-7 coin.
I thought it was about. I was thinking I thought it was $79 to $99, and I just looked down. I was like, oh my goodness, it's $34.99.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's amazing.
It's crazy. And so, like I said, this is the official coin. And then this is the story about, from the Royal Mint and all that. So the Royal Mint's been making coins, for like 1,200 years. So not too bad. But this is the official John Lennon Royal Mint coin that you see out there. And like I said, I just love the obverse on that. I mean, that's kind of John Lennon in a nutshell. But then when you look at the reverse of the coin, very kind of Royal Mint staid kind of, King Charles III that you have right there, 5 pounds.
Do you know, actually, this is interesting. It's the first coin I've seen with King Charles on it, not Queen Elizabeth.
Right.
And it's
well, technically we were finishing off all the Queen Elizabeths by contract. So now everything is King Charles.
Yeah, but it's interesting. It's the first time I've seen it, and I do a lot of the shows with you. They've always been Queen Elizabeth prior to this one for me.
Right.
I'll tell you what I think is so cool about the front of that coin is how modern it looks with the fonts.
Right.
It does not look like your run-of-the-mill kind of coin.
No, and so they did that. I mean, he was obviously kind of cutting edge in his day.
Sure.
There's no doubt about that. I think we all remember the Beatles invasion, and so he was kind of the spearhead of that. Obviously, the Beatles were with that, and so to have this coin, and like most coins, this is a big deal to be on a coin. I mean, a legal tender coin. There's lots of commemoratives. Anybody can kind of do anything in statues and all this other stuff. And you get it licensed, and of course anything licensed is top notch anyway. Well, this is one of those ones where they don't really pay a licensing fee. Once you go on a coin, that's just such a big honor that that just kind of goes, and that to some degree makes it affordable.
Right.
Anything licensed through his estate is pretty pricey, in all honesty. So in terms of this, in terms of an official, official commemorative, the fact that it's a coin, the fact that it's numismatic, the fact that it's, like I said, made at the Royal Mint, you put all those things together, and now you understand why I bring them in 500 at a time when I can find them, and they sell basically instantly, is what it comes down to.
Have they ever done any of the other Beatles?
No, not yet.
It's the first one.
This is the first one. I'm assuming at some point they'll all get on a coin, but at this point, John Lennon from the Royal Mint is the only one. So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
And how often have they done musicians in general?
Not that often. I mean, it's a pretty big thing to be on a coin. I mean, being on a coin, particularly an official legal tender Royal Mint coin. I mean, it just doesn't happen all the time.
Because it's the Royal Mint, for gosh sake.
Yeah, it's the Royal Mint. So, I mean, and it's legal tender. So, I mean, it's a big deal, is ultimately what it comes down to. And like I said, and it's not like a silver, I mean, it's 5 pounds. I mean, at one point, that was like a $25 face value. I think it's about $7 or $8 now, is what it comes down to. But it's, you know, like I said, it's legal tender, it's numismatic, it's John Lennon, it's the very first one, it's the very only one, all of that put together. And like I said, that's why anytime we get them in, they just, I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
So I've got, you know, and this is the only show today, by the way.
Yeah, and
I
I
have
will
no
say,
show tonight.
We're already busy for the Privy Coin coming up, and so if you want to grab this one, just go ahead and check out and make sure you get it done. I was warning everybody, a lot of people put stuff in their cart and think it's some kind of a safety corral. It is not. If we're running out of these, it'll be taken from your cart and given to the person who's actually buying it.
Right.
We know people get multiples of these because they are rare and they are unique and they are unusual. I buy a lot of these type of coins that you bring in as gifts for people.
Right.
Anybody who's a musician who loved the Beatles. I mean, imagine you have a tough time buying something for Father's Day and he happens to be a huge Beatles fan. That would be a really cool gift. And I've done that a lot for the men in my life when you bring in something unique.